choke on the smoke. They tell me to quit, don't listen what I'm told. They help me forget that this.
To be clear, I didn't hate my job, but every day started to feel like the same, like I was in a loop. Trading hours for just enough to survive, but never enough for me to really feel alive. Then something interesting happened. Something that I thought was going to be insignificant. I bought a 3D printer. I've always been a creative, I feel like. I love making videos, I love storytelling, I love building things, but none of that really fit into my 9-to-5. I just knew I needed a way out, a way to stop living just for the sake of weekends. I honestly didn't really know what that looked like until I found this machine. Initially, I bought the printer just to mess around with. I was sick and I was taking time off of work and just wanted a hobby on the side, and kind of got inspired by a few different YouTube videos I'd seen. I made a few things for friends and family, and they kept telling me, can I buy that? Can I pay for that? You should sell this. And initially I kind of just put it off, thinking that they were just being nice, but eventually I decided, why not? Why not make the small effort, set up an Etsy shop, and let's see what happens. And I kind of immediately found success in sales and conversion and just selling products that I didn't think I'd be able to. I wasn't rich and I wasn't making a ton of money fast, but it felt real. It felt tangible. And for a long time, I was working my day job while doing this and still taking my meeting calls, but now I had this other thing on the side, this thing that felt like an escape. The more I printed, the more I packed, the more I realized I didn't need to wait for permission to build something of my own. This wasn't necessarily just a side hustle. This was me taking back my time. And while I was printing, while I was filming, documenting the process, telling my story, learning how to turn this whole journey into something bigger than just me 3D printing products. Because it's not just about making stuff, it's about the meaning behind it, the sharing it, the owning it. The initial purchase of a 3D printer was purely just for me to find a hobby and stay busy. But now it's to the point where it's starting to make up a substantial amount of my income, and documenting it for you guys has been great, and I kind of just love the idea of escaping my 9-to-5 by filming and documenting my escape from my 9-to-5. Documenting this process is me telling my story. Now, in all honesty, I don't have it all figured out. I'm not fully even out of my 9-to-5 yet, but I'm definitely way closer than I ever thought I would be. And this printer, this Etsy shop, this business, it showed me that freedom isn't given, it's built. And this is just the beginning.
All right, now that we got kind of the bulk of my story out the way, I want to talk to you guys kind of straight up, heads on. If you follow me for some amount of time, you know I've done tons of different content. I review movies, TV, I review cameras, I've done tech stuff. I've kind of just done a lot of stuff that I care about and that I like. But this medium, recording videos, posting them online, has always kind of served me as a way to get away from everything. Just the stuff I've been dealing with, stuff in my personal life. And kind of the ethos of this video is to get away from my job. I don't hate my job. I'm not going to get too deep into what my job is, but I don't love it. You know, it's I don't want to say soulless, but it's unfulfilling is probably the most straightforward way to describe it. And the thing that fulfilled me the most is making these videos, is talking to you guys, is sharing my opinion, my love for storytelling, my thoughts with you guys, and then receiving it back, hearing what you guys have to say in the comments, seeing what you guys are going through, whether it's similar, completely different. It's just what I like. Now, like I said, this channel has mainly done like pretty much everything, anime reviews, 3D printer reviews, stuff like that. And what I want this channel to move from forward, and what I want this channel to serve as is me, is myself. I want to be able to talk and just showcase whatever I want to do. Obviously, I understand the algorithm's not going to like that, and You guys might be, subscribing to me for 3D printing stuff. You guys might be subscribing to me for anime stuff. What I want to do moving forward is just take this channel in a direction where it's myself you're subscribing to. You're not subscribing to one particular thing other than me, myself, Alex, The goal and the driving force behind this channel is going to be chasing freedom. It's going to be escaping where I'm at and getting to somewhere better, whether that's financial freedom, whether that's finally leaving my job eventually, stuff like that. That's kind of what I want this to be. I want this to be a way for you guys to also experience and escape, and a way for you guys to maybe even get some ideas or to get some level of relatability. I mean, this video is me talking about 3D printing. You can replace that with literally anything. If you sew, replace it with that. If you want to create a clothing brand, replace it with that. Find something that you love, find something that you are passionate about, and find something that you don't mind doing. Something that you actually wake up excited to do. That's kind of what I want this channel to be. I want it to be a place where I can document me finding that. A place where I can document tools that are helping me find that. This camera helped me get to freedom. This, microphone has added the ability now to me, to do voiceovers and to talk to you guys in a direct way that sounds good. This is helping me also get to freedom. That sort of idea and ethos is what I think I want to drive to. This portion of the video might be kind of less structured and maybe even less scripted. Obviously, it's less scripted. I'm kind of just talking at this point. But if you want to come along for the ride, I'm still going to be doing pretty much the same general kind of content. I think I'm just going to focus it more on like a vlog, medium, day in the life kind of medium, where you're coming with me, you're experiencing my life with me, and then I'm talking about movie, show, camera gear, whatever it is. This channel to be a place where people can come to, they can look to for inspiration, for guidance. Even though I'm still figuring things out, I feel like I'm further ahead than where I was a few months ago, even just a few weeks ago. And I think there's people that are like that also, that might need a helping hand, might need a push, might need some sort of figure, to move them in a certain direction. Do I have everything figured out? No, definitely not. I'm barely figuring out myself, but I know that there's something I heard that was try to be the person you wish you had, and that's what I want. I want to be the person that I wish I could find just even a few months ago, So that's where this channel's going. I don't really have any ideas for my next video. I have a big travel plan coming up next month, where I'm going to be visiting a lot of different states. And I think I might expand a little bit on the idea of burnout and kind of chasing freedom a little bit more in that. That's probably maybe a more full-length vlog documentary style thing. This is definitely more shorter than I anticipate that one's going to be. But follow along. I have tons of ideas for what I want to do, tons of ways I want to take this. So hopefully you guys are here for the ride. If you're struggling finding something you love, if you're struggling finding a way to break free from, America, corporate capitalism, let me know. I think talking about it with someone, I think referencing things that you love, even honestly, I'm not going to lie, I've had a lot of success just talking to fucking ChatGPT about, I feel this way. This is something I like. How can I incorporate this? Stuff like that. When it's randomly 2 a.m. at night, you just can't get these certain thoughts out of your head and you just want to talk about it. I found ChatGPT to be a good mirror into your thoughts and giving me closure and things that I felt but couldn't really articulate properly. But the pillars I want for this channel to be chasing your freedom, and then gear, and then maybe just me as a person, that's the things I want to mainly talk about, is the gear that's helping me reach that dream, the dream of being financially free, and then also kind of being free of your corporate 9-to-5. But then also, I think you should be following for me. I don't think you should follow someone you don't like, or someone you don't relate to, or someone that is just not maybe a good point of interest. So if you're interested in things that I'm interested in, if you go through my channel, you look at kind of where my mind's been, you like what you see, then appreciate it. But sorry I'm rambling too much. I just have so much to say, and I feel like this is my first time I've been able to just kind of talk without a clear script in mind. So appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end. It means a lot, and have a good one.